Maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough. These are criminals. We're dealing with really hard criminals.
How long is this operation going?
Right around 2,000.
And what is the pre-operation footprint?
Well, 150, 150.
150 is normal.
Well, we got to remember now. We got special agents on detail here doing the fraud investigation. They're not going anywhere. They're going to finish their job. I'm talking about immigration enforcement efforts. What I have made clear, we're doing targeted enforcement operation. When we leave this building, we know who we're looking for, where we're most likely to find them, what their immigration record is, what their criminal record is. But as we continue to be forced in the communities, when we go to arrest that criminal target, if we find an illegal alien there, they're coming. We're not going to turn a blind eye to illegal immigration. That's why this partnership and this coordination is so important. We'd much rather work in the safety and security of jail. Look, I go to bed every night wondering if every one of our officers go home safely. I also am concerned that every person we're looking for is taken into custody safely. The best way to do that is to have a target enforcement operation, a well-planned operation. I wish every one of you could put that gun on your hip, put that Kevlar vest on, go out there and put up what they put up with. Considering the hate, their rhetoric, the attacks, I think they performed remarkably, and I'm proud of them. We came here, President Trump sent me here. I didn't ask to come here. President Trump sent me here to help de-escalate what was going on. We're not surrendering our mission. We're not walking away from our mission. We're just making this more effective and more smart. This is smart law enforcement. Smart law enforcement makes it safer.
Learned that maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough. These are criminals. We're dealing with really hard criminals. But look, I've called the people. I've called the governor. I've called the mayor, spoke to them, had great conversations with them, and then I see them ranting and raving out there.
If a deal means something that will effectively prevent ICE from doing its job, like completely changing the warrant requirements, like forcing ICE agents to be exposed so they can be doxxed, I'm not going to support that. So they'll have to do that without my vote. This has nothing to do with trying to get accountability for what's recently happened with discrete incidents in Minnesota. This is about trying to hamstring the entire agency, because that's what Democrats want. And listen, that's fine. I get it. That's their position. That's fine. I think it's a good faith position. I just totally disagree with it, and I'm not going to help them do it.
I think what we put together is a finite list of reasonable changes that mean the ICE officials and the Border Patrol officials handled by the same standards as police in your community. Why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't investigations be done by an independent source for their own credibility? Why shouldn't these people be taking the mask off and putting video cameras on? These are the fundamentals of constitutional conduct, and I don't think we can compromise on some of them. Before ICE crashes down your home front door in an effort to go inside and see if there's anyone there who's committed a crime, they have to live by the same standards as the Fourth Amendment requires of every law enforcement agency. Why should they be treated any differently? For goodness sake, it's your...
The 700 drawdown, okay, I see it's a positive step, but we need two more steps and get them out of here completely. I'm happy to see that's happening, but it's not enough. there's so little credibility in anything the Trump administration says. There's so much misinformation. How can you trust it? You don't, basically. I feel proud that the civil disobedience and the peaceful protests have brought this about.
Oh, it's not enough. I don't know if any of this will be enough, but it's a step in the right direction. We just dropped off food with our daughter at a grade school by here, and all the food and everybody, all the volunteers there are helping families that won't go out. There's 40% of their population that won't go to school. We cannot sustain this. It just cannot.